They turned up in their thousands, angry and somber for the killing of their leaders by the United States. Chanting anti-US slogans, the protesters included families of the supporters of Iran-backed fighters in Iraq.
God willing, the resistance to defeat the Americans will continue, and this gathering is a response to American attacks on our leaders, and victory is coming.
Most flags at the funeral of Qassem Soleimani and Abu Mahdi al-Muhandis represent the various fighting groups which constitute the Popular Mobilisation Forces. Iraqis see the assassinations as a violation of their sovereignty and of the rules of engagement by US forces. Individuals the US has called terrorists and public enemies are heroes to many in Iraq. That's why the current and former prime ministers came to pay their respects. The leader of the Popular Mobilisation Forces, who is also the National Security Advisor, also walked with the procession.
America's tyranny will fade as it exceeds its limits with arrogance. We demand the Iraqi government and parliament legislate to make Iraq stronger with the Popular Mobilisation Forces, the army and its people. On Sunday, we want good news from Parliament, no procrastination and no delays. We must get rid of dirty forces standing on Iraqi chests.
The banners of Hezbollah brigades are prominent. The US State Department has declared the Shia armed group a terrorist organization. Its fighters were recently targeted by the US on the Iraq-Syria border, and that was the reason cited by pro-Iranian groups for attacking the US embassy compound in Baghdad. Abu Mahdi al-Muhandis was the brigade's former leader.
We lost commanders of the Hashad who liberated Iraq, liberated provinces occupied by ISIL. Iraq fought on behalf of all the world. This violation has all Iraqi people angry and condemning this awful crime.
The bodies of the two leaders travelled from holy shrines in Baghdad to Karbala and Najaf, where Abu Mahdi al-Muhandis will be buried, while Soleimani's burial is to take place in Iran. Receiving messages of support for Iraq's sovereignty, President Barham Saleh has spoken to world leaders including the Turkish and French presidents. They agreed on taking measures to prevent Iraq from becoming a battleground for other countries to settle their scores. MPs and commanders of pro-Iranian groups say in death Qassem Soleimani could achieve the victory he wanted to expel US troops from Iraq. The Parliament's extraordinary session is already under mounting public pressure to legislate against the presence of US forces in Iraq. But with a weak interim government with limited legislative powers, the government is likely to not meet those expectations. Osama bin Javaid, Al Jazeera, Baghdad.